Hello, this is Mr. Benji. Welcome back. In this tutorial, we're showing you how to use a different method to figure out the median of a distribution involving a continuous variable. We're going to use the same distribution as we've demonstrated before. In the last lecture, in the last tutorial, what we did was to construct a histogram. And through the histogram, we explained how to figure out the median by considering the midpoint of the histogram, splitting the histogram into two equal halves. Two equal halves in terms of the area of the squares. Okay. Now, in this situation, we're not going to use a histogram. The histogram stays, however, just as a reference to demonstrate to you that this is a distribution. This is the exact same distribution that we worked through in the previous tutorial. The second method is to consider the definition of median. Now, to the question, what is the median? The median, as defined by what it is, essentially the median, just going to make a note here, the median is the number that corresponds to the 50th percentile. Which in your mind should make sense by now. Recall that the definition of a median is the number that is right in the middle of the distribution after we line the numbers up from smallest to the largest. Okay? When the numbers in a set of distribution, when they're lined up in ascending order from the smallest to the largest, the procedure of figuring out what the median is to find the middle number. Or in the case, if we have an even number set of numbers, we would then figure out the two even numbers and we take the average. In the situation of a continuous variable, we can either use the histogram method, graphically looking at and trying to figure out exactly what the point is, what the number is, which would split the histogram into two equal halves. So here, let's consider the definition. If median is the 50th percentile, if median is the score that corresponds to the 50th percentile, guess what? We can use a method that we've already gone through in a previous chapter. And yes, you guessed it right, the heading under percentile ranks, as well as the technique of interpolation. So let's proceed. Now, to begin with, we're just going to quickly set this up to figure out exactly where this 50th percentile would fall. Okay, so 50th percentile, according to the frequency distribution table we've constructed here, I've already included the cumulative frequency column as well as the cumulative percentage column. And in the cumulative percentage column, we can then figure out around what location, okay, where is the 50th percentile located. So now we know the 50th percentile will be somewhere between the 80th percentile and the 40th percentile, which means the score that corresponds to the 50th percentile, or the median, will fall somewhere between 6.5, x equals 6.5, and x equals 5.5. Okay? Do not forget to include the consideration of real upper limits and real lower limits. And you see right here, I've already set up the mini table using which we will be able to figure out what the score of x is that corresponds to the 50th percentile, which, according to the definition, is the median of the distribution. Okay, how do we do this? Here is how we proceed. And once we complete the mathematical analysis, we will come to the conclusion that since x is 5.75, x is 5.75 when looking at the 50th percentile. When we look at the percentage rank, okay, so the percentage rank for x equals 5.75 is 50%. The 50th percentile is x equals 5.75, which is the median. Okay, this is the median right here. And if you go back to the previous tutorial, you will see that 5.75 is the exact same answer that we have obtained by using the histogram method. Okay, so let's quickly summarize. When attempting to figure out the median for a continuous variable, the median in a distribution set of numbers that describe a continuous variable, what you can do is either plot the numbers and create a histogram and then figure out the relative areas, split them into half to determine what point, what score, drawing down the line through what score would give you the exact same two halves of the graph in terms of area. Or you can use the idea of percentage rank. Keep in mind the median is 50th percentile. I repeat, the median is 50th percentile. I hope this tutorial helps. Hit the like and subscribe buttons to stay up to date of quality tutorials that can help you succeed in your studies. You've been watching Mr. Benji at Mr. Benji Now on YT. I'm a college instructor in Vancouver, BC, Canada. Until next time.